Have you ever found yourself standing at the edge of a social gathering, heart racing, mind spinning with thoughts of what to say or how to act? Maybe you've felt that familiar ache of wanting to connect more deeply with others, but something always seems to hold you back. Trust me, you're not alone in this struggle. I want you to know that what you're feeling isn't a flaw in your character. It's simply part of the human experience. Throughout history, even the greatest philosophers and leaders grappled with these same challenges. The ancient Stoics, in particular, understood that social connection isn't just about having the right words or wearing the right smile. It's about developing inner strength and wisdom that naturally flows into meaningful relationships. Today, we're going to explore 5 powerful Stoic techniques that can transform your social skills from the inside out. But before we dive in, I want you to remember something crucial. This isn't about becoming someone else or putting on a mask to please others. It's about uncovering the authentic, confident person you already are beneath the layers of social anxiety and self-doubt. Technique 1. The observer's mind, stepping outside your social anxiety. Think about the last time you felt anxious in a social situation. Where was your focus? If you're like most people, it was probably turned inward, analyzing your every word, gesture, and perceived mistake. The Stoics taught us a powerful alternative, the practice of the observer's mind. Epictetus, a former slave who became one of history's greatest Stoic teachers, said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." This insight is revolutionary when applied to social situations. Instead of being caught in the whirlwind of your own thoughts and judgments, practice stepping back and observing social interactions with curiosity rather than anxiety. Here's how to develop the observer's mind. Start by practicing in low-stakes situations. When you're in a coffee shop or walking down the street, notice how people interact. Don't judge or analyze. Simply observe. Watch how conversations naturally ebb and flow, how people use body language, how they think of it like social immunization. Just as exposure to small amounts of a virus can build immunity, controlled exposure to social challenges in your mind can build real-world resilience. Technique 4. The practice of kindness, your social superpower. The Stoics understood something profound about human nature. True strength isn't about dominance or social status. It's about character and contribution. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like that." This brings us to one of the most powerful social skills you can develop. Practiced intentional kindness. Not the superficial kind that seeks approval, but the genuine kind that flows from self-awareness and inner strength. Here's how to make kindness your social superpower. Start your day by setting an intention to add value to others' lives. This could be as simple as truly listening when others speak, offering sincere compliments, showing genuine interest in others' stories, supporting others in their moments of vulnerability, being present when others need you. Remember, this isn't about being nice to get something in return. The Stoics taught that virtue is its own reward. When you practice genuine kindness, you'll find that social anxiety naturally diminishes because your focus shifts from self-consciousness to contribution. This practice also builds what psychologists call social capital, the invisible network of goodwill and trust that makes meaningful relationships possible. Every act of kindness is like making a deposit in this bank of social wealth. Technique 5. the daily review, accelerating your social growth. The final technique comes from a practice that all great Stoic philosophers shared, the daily review. Seneca wrote about examining his actions each evening, asking himself what weaknesses he had overcome, what habits he had improved, and how he had become better. Here's how to apply this to your social development. Each evening, take a few minutes to reflect on your social interactions. Ask yourself, what went well in my interactions today? Where did I stay true to my values? What opportunities for connection did I take or miss? How did I handle challenging social situations? What could I do differently next time? The key is to review without judgment. You're not criticizing yourself. You're gathering data to fuel your growth. Think of yourself as a scientist studying your own social development. Keep a simple journal of your insights. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns, both in your behavior and in your social growth. This awareness becomes a powerful tool for continued improvement. The path forward, your social journey. As we wrap up these 5 techniques, I want you to remember something important. Social skills aren't a destination. They're a journey. Every interaction, every conversation, every moment of connection or disconnection is an opportunity to learn and grow. The Stoics understood that true growth happens gradually through consistent practice and reflection. You won't transform overnight, and that's okay. What matters is that you're taking steps forward, building your social strength one interaction at a time. Here's your call to action. Choose one of these techniques to focus on this week. Don't try to implement everything at once. Start small, but start today. Maybe you'll begin with the observer's mind, watching social interactions with curiosity instead of judgment. Or perhaps you'll practice the dichotomy of control, focusing your energy on what you can actually influence, express interest, or discomfort. This isn't about scrutinizing others. It's about understanding the natural rhythm of human interaction. Next time you're in a social situation, imagine you're an anthropologist studying human behavior. This mental shift does something remarkable. It takes the pressure off you as the performer and allows you to become a learner and observer. Notice how this small change in perspective can dramatically reduce your anxiety. Remember, the observer's mind isn't about detachment. It's about gaining clarity. When you're not caught up in self-judgment, you can actually be more present and authentic in your interactions. Technique 2. The dichotomy of control, mastering social freedom. Here's a liberating truth from the Stoics. You cannot control how others perceive you, but you have complete control over how you show up in the world. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in his personal journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This principle, known as the dichotomy of control, is particularly powerful in social situations. Let's break it down into practical application. Things you can control: your preparation for social situations, your attitude and approach to conversations, your willingness to be vulnerable and authentic, your responses to others' reactions, your commitment to growth and learning. Things you cannot control: others' moods or personal problems, whether someone likes you, other people's prejudices or preconceptions, the outcome of every interaction, external circumstances that affect social situations. The magic happens when you focus your energy entirely on what you can control, instead of worrying about making everyone like you, an impossible task. concentrate on being someone you respect. This shift in focus transforms social interactions from performances into opportunities for genuine connection. Practice this by setting intentions before social encounters. Instead of thinking, I hope everyone likes me, try, I'm going to practice being genuinely curious about others. Notice how this changes your energy and approach. Technique 3. Negative visualization. Building social resilience. This might sound counterintuitive, but the Stoics practice something called negative visualization to build resilience and appreciate the present moment. In social contexts, this technique can be incredibly powerful. Here's how to apply it. Before important social situations, briefly imagine different challenging scenarios. Someone dismissing your opinion, an awkward silence, or a conversation that doesn't flow as you hoped. Now, instead of letting these thoughts increase your anxiety, use them to prepare mentally for challenges, appreciate when things go well, build resilience against social setbacks, reduce the impact of actual difficulties, maintain perspective in social situations. Seneca, another great Stoic teacher, put it this way: he who fears he will suffer already suffers from his fear. By facing our social fears in advance, we reduce their power over us. This isn't about dwelling on negative possibilities. It's about becoming unshakable in the face of them. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Your step might be as simple as making eye contact with someone new, asking a genuine question, or sharing a vulnerable thought. Whatever it is, take that step with the knowledge that you're not just building better social skills, you're building a stronger, more authentic version of yourself. And if you find yourself doubting or struggling along the way, remember the words of Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. You have within you everything you need to build meaningful connections and navigate social situations with confidence. The journey of social growth isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. Every step you take, every technique you practice, brings you closer to the connected, confident person you're capable of being. So, what's it going to be? Which technique will you start with? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Your journey to better social skills through Stoic wisdom begins with your next interaction. Take that first step. Your future self will thank you for it. Remember, you're not just learning to interact better with others. You're learning to stand more firmly in who you are, and that perhaps is the greatest social skill of all.